Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. It's me, Frohzen. Let's get started right away. The first thing I want to do today is build our first crystal farm. So we're going to build that in the powdered snow and ice farm area just because I found a nice little cluster there. So let's head over to that location. We're here at the powdered snow and ice area. I brought over some chests with me because we're going to be doing quite a bit of digging. So do you guys see all of those iron blocks in the background there? That is where I found the crystal geodes. So yeah, I was very surprised. I have these two farms here and I kind of wanted to continue building in this general area, and then I was very surprised when I found that this place has pretty good crystal geode spawning. So I found, like I said, 1, 2, 3, I think 1, 2, 3, I think there's 5, right? There's one there and then there's one more back there. So there's 5 geodes just in this small area. So what I'm going to do now is take these two and I'm going to start clearing the area. So let's go ahead and do that.
Close your eyes, seek paradise, won't change your mind, can't shape the lights, I'll take the chance and roll the dice, I want it all, just for the night, I live it out like I'll never die, I lose my head in the starry skies, can't change it down, I feel so alive, back down, only one way out, I let you run my life, now you won't get me down, untamed, guess I lost my mind, you turn me inside out, no one can stop me now. So turn up the light, turn up the light. This is what I waited for, 'cause the clock keeps ticking, hard for me to keep up. I can't take it no more, 'cause the time keeps turning, feels just like it speeds up. It's what I waited for.
Okay everybody, so that took a couple hours, but we got it done. Let's run over here and you could see that I made a giant hole just leading down from the bar, and bam! There is the entire crystal geode mined out, and all that's left is just the actual spawning point. So if we come down here, it is even a little bit more mined out. I made basically a giant circle around that and then just kind of like a tube up. Yeah, you can see I've been digging here a while, so most of these geodes are actually already grown. So I'm going to take these, or sorry, not geodes, these crystals are already grown, so I'll take these crystals off. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be building a farm around one of these, basically just using a long timer and pistons and hoppers. It's really, okay, I'm going to push this guy in lava for disturbing my video. Get in the lava, get in the lava. There you go, that's what you deserve. He fell in the, okay, that guy just didn't want to die. Yeah, and it's in a nice little ravine area, which is cool. And you can actually, spoiler, there's the other one. But yeah, so this is really cool. I'm going to start placing pistons, hoppers, and all that. But that's going to be part of the building process. But this is also just, it kind of looks cool. This is my first time actually mining out a complete geode. But I'm just going to go ahead and go up here. So you can see I made like a little trail just so I can kind of keep track of it. And we go over here. This geode is not as big and doesn't have as many spawning platforms, and actually has worse spawning platforms. There's a jumble there that's not pretty to look at, but this one is still okay, I actually got him stuck there. This one is pretty good. Again, it's fairly large. It has a slight hole, I think, right here that has some missing spots, but hey, I can't choose how the geode looks, you know what I'm saying? Okay, spider, go join him. Dude, this is, I could turn this into a game. Can I play, like, push the zombie onto the geode? Okay, bop. Okay, he died. I'll throw my flesh over the side. So yeah, this is another big one. Like I said, I built kind of like a little bulb around it. So I'm going to be building all of my pistons and hoppers. And again, I just want to show you guys this because once I start building the farm, this entire thing is going to be basically unnoticeable because I'm going to have pistons covering every single block. I'm going to have hoppers under every single thing. So I wanted to make sure to show you guys what it looked like before I just completely industrialized it and cover in like different redstone.
Let's take you downtown, baby. I'm wasted.
Okay, everybody, it's a couple of hours later, and just like I said, once I'm done with this farm, you're basically not gonna really be able to see the crystals much anymore. You're really not gonna be able to see much of anything. So I guess let me give you guys a quick tour. I know it looks like a jumbled mess, but it's not really that bad of a jumbled mess. So you guys remember I had a bunch of the crystal geodes everywhere, right? So above every single piece, I basically have 4 pistons pushing down directly on where the crystal would be, and then that would push the crystal into the hopper. So the farm is a tiny bit inefficient in the sense that the tops are not being utilized and neither are the bottoms. So it's just the 4 sides, but utilizing the tops and the bottoms is possible. Not really the top. The bottom is able to be utilized, but honestly, how compact a lot of these crystal, I don't even know what they're technically called, like the spawn point of the crystal, using the bottom would be very, very hard because I'd have to probably pop out a few of them, and then that way it's like I got rid of 4 spots to gain 1. You know what I'm saying? And then after I installed all of the hoppers underneath, I went ahead and started running a lot of the redstone wire, and it's everywhere. It is literally everywhere. So I have to talk about how this farm works. Is I just need to wait for the crystals to grow, and then I use them with the pistons. You might be wondering, what is the optimal time for the pistons? Well, according to Il Mango, every 167 minutes is the optimal time to fire the pistons. So that's what I did here. I have 2 clocks. So these are 2 etho hopper clocks connected to each other. This is the first etho hopper clock with 5 stacks minus 7 blocks. So each of these cycles here is going to be around 4 minutes and 4 minutes 15 seconds, right? So every single 4 minutes, I'll just say 4.5 minutes, this is going to trigger. That's going to send a pulse to over here into the second etho hopper clock, but this is a dropper instead of a hopper. And then this has 40 items in it. So basically every 4.5 minutes, 1 item gets transferred, and it needs to do that a total of, I think I changed it to 41 actually, a total of 41 times. So basically, if you want to do the math, it's 4.5 minutes times 41. That should get you around somewhat 160 to 170 minutes. So that is how this clock works. And then whenever that 160 or 170 minutes gets by, it gives 1 pulse where all the pistons get triggered once, and all the crystals should pop off of where they belong. That is the whole farm. I'm going to probably do the same thing for that, and then I'll just run this redstone there farm. But let's go ahead and head back to the base and start on one other thing that I had in my mind today. Do you guys, well, technically it's already done. Do you guys know Impulse? Do you watch Impulse, part of the Hermitcraft server? Well, something that he's done for a couple seasons, I don't know if he's doing it in Season 8, but he has basically a farm wall. He has a giant wall filled with the redstone lamps, and then an item frame, and then the item. Okay, so I went ahead and built my board right at the back of my base here, and I guess I was gonna talk more, but I'll just show it to you. So I felt like right in the middle of the base right here is basically a perfect place to build it. I thought there was a lot more items than I thought, so I kind of had to go into here. But we'll keep extending it this way with new updates and all that stuff. And yeah, you could see a bunch of items. Anything that's lit, we have a farm for. Everything that's not lit, we don't have a farm for. So looking at this, we're kind of done. We're almost done with the game here. So I guess I should take you through all of the items and just kind of give an explanation. This might take a while, so if you don't want to watch this part of the video, I don't blame you, but I'm going to go through every single. Okay, so the first 4 rows are kind of easy. So all of this stuff is I have lit as done being farmed, in the sense that these are all villager drops. So anything that I can get from a villager in my mind is now farmed, because of the fact that I have unlimited emeralds through rotten flesh and other items, nether wart and plants that are, so I have unlimited emeralds, meaning I have unlimited of these items. All I have to do is go to the villager and buy it, and I can buy an unlimited amount. So all of the food, the bottles, the flint, cake, glass, all of the tools and armor, the campfire, bookshelves, bells, lanterns, shields, horse armor, a bunch more tools, cookies, bricks, andesite, and diorite and granite. Dripstone is a new one. Redstone, lapis, emeralds. And then this is where we start getting into non-villagers. So all those are just villagers. We have an iron farm. We have a gold farm. We can get glowstone from fishing. Rotten flesh. We have the mob farm. We have a disc farm. Crying obsidian from the gold, from the piglin farm. String from the fishing farm. We have the chiseled stone from the villagers. We have carpet from the villagers. Vine. We have a vine farm. We can get this from the mob farm. We have a blaze farm. We have a squid farm from fishing. Iron farm. Fishing. We made the two-towel flower farm a couple episodes ago. We have a cobblestone farm. That is from the I'm like talking way too much. From the gold farm. Seeds from a lot of our plant farms. We have a sugarcane farm, bamboo farm. We get that from the trading once again. Netherwort, we have a netherwort farm. We have a lichen farm. We have a sapling farm. We have a wood farm. Sticks we get from the wood farm. Fishing. We made a dripstone farm. This is one where actually this is meant to be not. We do currently not have a shulker farm. So let me go ahead and turn that one off. We have the moss carpet farms we built last episode. We have a cactus. We have an automatic potato, wheat, kelp, bonus from the mob farm. We have quartz from the trading. We have books from fishing, eggs from an egg farm, feathers from the fishing, saddles from trading, pearls from the ender pearl farm, mob farm. We built a seagrass farm, pumpkin farm, melon farm. We have a place to get, I don't even know what that stuff's called anymore. We have a bee farm, trading. We have a duplicate. So I'll have to, you know what? I'll just have to. We continue. We have a cocoa farm, trading. We have a slime farm. We have a sheep farm. We have snowball farm. We have a guardian farm for both of those. This is from trading. We have a leaf farm right next to, you guys know I have that tree farm. Well, now it's my leaf farm. And then that is everything that we currently have farmed. Now let me go ahead and move to the stuff we don't have farmed. We don't have a wither skeleton farm. We have an area but not a farm. A rabbit farm. I forgot what these skeletons in the snow places are called, but those can be farmed for arrows. We need a magma farm, which can get the magma and the coal. Ghast farm, witch farm, sea pickle farm, berry farm, mushroom farm, drowned farm, phantom farm, glow ink sac farm, a lava farm using cauldrons and dripstones. We need to automate the turtles, but technically we have that. I could automate getting heads with the trident, so I'll have to do that. A tropical fish farm, once again a rabbit farm, trident farm, undying totem farm, drip leaf. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I just put that just so I don't forget. Yep, because this we can get from trading. I don't have an obsidian farm, a milk bucket farm, a shoot farm. Again, we have turtles, but we haven't automated it. A wither rose farm, once again, we got them, but we haven't automated it. And a hanging root, which I don't even know if I can do that, but yeah. So those are the farms we still need to do. These are the farms we've done. Again, looking at this, we've finished most of the game, and obviously this might look like not a lot of items, but you gotta remember, even all of these break into other items, like the wheat breaks into hay bales and into bread. So I didn't put bread, well, I put bread up there, but I didn't put hay bales on here. Obviously for wood, there is like 6 types of wood. I'm not going to put every single wood on here, so I just put one. So all of these can break into many, many items, and you can see just how many we already have just in its simplest form. Hey everybody, it's the next day, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I know I said I wouldn't work on the other crystal, but last night I kind of just got bored. So I said, screw it, I'm doing it. So I did it. Last night I went ahead and basically did the exact same thing I did for the first crystal onto the, okay, I'm coming down for you. Bah! So I literally did the exact same thing. You could see that every single core is surrounded by pistons. I've got a lot of the same formations in here. I could even go, this one's surprisingly a little bit tighter. It's a little, there's less cores I think, but it is slightly tighter. So you could see all of the hoppers, all of the pistons, all the redstone running through all of this. So I could power the pistons, and of course, like I said, I have the timer from the first crystal. I literally just have the redstone running over here, so they work off of the exact same clock, which is super useful. So I'm not going to go in spectators because this is basically the exact same thing. It's just two of the same farms, but obviously they're different in configuration. But the other thing I wanted to show you is I did one basically full night of AFKing. So that was about 8 hours, somewhere around there. And this is how much crystal I have in this one. And this is the smaller crystal. Not that much smaller, but it is slightly smaller. And then if we go over here to this one, where there are a ton of zombies, yeah, the next thing I have to do with this area is decorate it and light it up, because I'm here constantly and these zombies are always just running. Ooh, a bat's head. Okay, I think I might already have one of those. But if we look into here, we have this many crystals. And okay, guys, yep, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, everybody, it's a few days later, and I kind of have some things to talk about, and there's some things that I've kind of gotten motivation to try. But first, let me give you guys an update as far as the crystal place is concerned, because I did do quite a little bit of work over there. So let me fly over there and show you what I've done. Okay, everybody, so we're in the vicinity, and you're going to see the changes that I made, or not changes, the decoration right away. So it is clearly marked where the two crystals are, and I've done like full-on decoration inside, outside. So here are obviously the two crystals we're using. I made a little I made a little frame of iron around them, and in between I just made this little road just to kind of, you know, make the space a little better. I added some of these crystal blocks and some of the calcite, and to light all of this up I used the sea lanterns, and you could see. Okay, let me just get rid of this creeper. Bap. That was a weird. Everything I'm doing is weird. Just it's 12:30 in the morning, so don't judge me right now. Also, there's mobs everywhere, but yeah, I covered everything in iron blocks because I don't know. It just seems like, you know, this is like a production. It's a mine, right? It's like technology, crystals. I just thought iron blocks have a good feel to them. So, like I said, I made a little perimeter around it, and then all the way down I added sea lanterns across all the walls, and I added the sea lanterns on the crystal farm itself. And if we go down here, we can see I made the floor out of iron, and basically just squared things off. Before it was just kind of a giant hole. Now everything is squared off. It looks nice. It looks, you know, professional. I've got some crystal shards going here, and then I connected up the two crystals. So if you guys remember, this was actually a ravine here, so it wasn't crazy hard to connect up the two. So if we just go down the stairway, and this is the line that brings over the signal, we have our clock right here. So I replaced all of the blocks under it and above it, made it look really nice. I made this tunnel, once again, made of the iron, and then this is the other farm, basically the same as the other. This, I had to kind of shorten the tube, because technically I made this one first and I made that one second, but that one's above, or closer to the ceiling, or the surface, so I didn't really need to, you know, make the opening smaller. But for this one, it was much larger, so but it's the exact same thing. I just come down here, it's a little bit tighter. I've got the same design, I've got my crystals flowing here. So the room is shaped a tiny bit different, but it's the exact same design with iron and sea lanterns. And like I said, I have this opening here, and this is designed to enter and exit with elytra. I don't see any moment in history where I would not be using my elytra, so adding a door or elevator to this place would be kind of useless. I'm always going to be using my elytra, and now I've got the decoration, so that's really about it. This project is officially kind of done. We can mark our books closed for this one, and we can kind of move on to the next farm. So let's go ahead and go back to our house here. I started another project, but it's hard to even call it a project because it's basically just an area where I want to start collecting mob heads. So of course this relies on it thundering in the specific spot, but you know, if I can try to get heads here, this is where I want to do it. So if we go right behind this wall here, it'll start loading in. I am rendering a video right now, so my game is a little slower than usual, but it's still working fine. You guys can see this large area of obsidian. Let me go see where it would render in. When the explosive or the charged creepers blow up to kill the other mobs, I don't want it to scorch the ground. I don't want it to blow up the ground. So what I thought of, hey, there's this area that I cleared out anyway. So why don't I just fill this entire area with obsidian? That way, when it's thundering, I can come over here, I can blow up the creepers, get the heads, and the ground is still flat because it's all made out of obsidian. Now the problem is, this takes a lot of obsidian. This is what I did so far, and that is all of my obsidian, and this is after spending like an hour mining obsidian and buying like almost a double chest from our store. So I'm basically out of diamonds because I bought a bunch of obsidian and I farmed all of it. So this will have to wait to get finished until I get more obsidian. But honestly, it's not that big of a rush just because I just need this when it's thundering, and it doesn't thunder very often, so I could probably give myself a break. But once again, it's not really redstone, it's not much of a project. I'm basically just covering a big area with obsidian, so when it thunders, I can basically blow up the creepers and just not fall in holes or anything. I just think it'd be kind of useful and cool seeing an entire big piece of land just be obsidian. But yeah, so this is kind of something that I've been slowly working on. And you might be wondering, okay, that's cool, but where are you going to get all of the obsidian from? And that is what inspired me to, let's make an obsidian collector, right? And you guys might be wondering, how do you farm obsidian? You can't really farm obsidian. It's just something that happens. Well, let me show you. And the idea for this farm, before we even get started, I think I watched a Suzuma video like 4 years ago, and he did this, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, but I just never did it. And now I can actually do it. So let me go ahead and show you guys just the simple concept. Let's go in my redstone world, and you could see here, if I break these blocks, they come back. You can see items are kind of just falling through the air. You're probably wondering, what is going on? Why is this obsidian regenerating? So long story short, when you send an item through an end portal, it reloads basically this spawning area. And if you think about it, if you break this and try to come back in the world, this world is going to automatically spawn obsidian underneath you so you can't fall into the void. So anytime this chunk is basically reloaded, it brings back the obsidian. And once again, this might seem obvious, but how do you do this? Well, you just put a dropper right next to the end portal, throw some items into it, and it automatically regens this. Now, the item that we're sending through the portal is going to be, so here it is. It's literally just sending an item through the portal. It's going to have to be a junk item, but I've got a lot of rotten flesh that I'm kind of been wanting to use. So I think that's the item we're going to use, rotten flesh. But anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to literally do it live because first, I just want to test it to see if it even works, because I'm just going to be honest. I actually don't even know if this is going to work. So I've got the things in my inventory that I would think I need. Let's go ahead and head. Wow, guys, just it's in the middle of the night. Let's head over to my. Ooh, is it not going to load in fast enough? I'm like, again, I'm rendering a video, so I'm running a bit slow. My video's got 35 more minutes to render. I should probably wait, but honestly, I don't really care. Let's head over to the end portal frame. We're going to quickly set up a very, very quick redstone little design, and we're going to see if this works like it does on the other place. So, this is the card because I need. Okay, let's do that block right there. Bang. Let's go ahead and try to get above that block here. I don't know how to do this. Let's break the blocks here. Bang, 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 bang. Let's find this hole. I'm going to get above this dropper. Perfect. Okay, so let's build a super. Actually, I need one more block in this direction. We're going to build a super stupid little timer here. Bang, let's make it. That should take a little longer because that's actually really quick. Even still. Okay, let's go ahead and start up a little circuit. And then this should, yes, that should activate the dropper. 54 items will be good for now, I'm guessing. You see, the stuff is dropping into the portal. So when I actually build this, I'll probably fix it because some of those might actually almost not make the frame here. But let's go inside. Now, if I break this, see, that's exactly what I thought. Because that end portal frame area itself is not loaded. So there would be no way for that redstone clock to continue if it's not loaded. Okay, so that's something that I'm going to need to fix. Okay, everybody, so I have an idea. So what I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need a little bit of obsidian for another portal. So I guess let's just pop a hole right here. And this area will now be another portal area. Okay, first let's just go through the portal and see where it takes us. I'm hoping it doesn't... It won't take me to my hub, right? No, it didn't take me to my hub. It just took me into an area close to my hub. Okay, that's actually kind of good because this place is just... There's no mobs because I, you know, walled off the place. Alright. So, now let's answer the question. If I do... I think I'll have to throw items back and forth between both sides because I want to see this working. If both sides aren't having items thrown through them, I'm going to take the place. Oh, why didn't that... Hello. Can I request the portal? That's really weird. So let's go and do that. So I get rid of that. I'm going to need a little bit of room back here. Not too much though. It's all be redstone. Okay, oh, actually, these never going to be eternal left for all this. So let's do that. Let's get rid of the little clock here. Just enough for us to get to working here. Bang, 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 bang. And then I'm not going to this clock. Okay, so now, let's look that up. Okay, so that is going to be throwing items back and forth. So okay, it looks like items are going through the nether portal. Now, if we go through another dimension, will the blocks be coming out? They don't seem to be. But now, if my theory is correct, if we throw items back through this side, those chunks will now be loaded. So let's go ahead and just do a little pop right there. Let's go ahead and do... I know my inventory is a little bit of a mess. Let's go ahead and put a little clock inside of this wall here. And then we'll see if my theory is correct. And if my theory is not correct, then basically this entire idea will be scrapped and you will not see this, I guess. So, oh, I don't have a torch. Okay, then let's hook it up. Let's go ahead and just stick some blocks in there. Now, that rotten flesh coming out? Aha! That is rotten flesh coming out of the other side. So yeah, as long as both sides are getting thrown stuff. Okay, now, here is the bigger question. Now, if I come into the nether end, I mean, will this be loaded? And then let's just stick some stuff in here. I don't know. That works. Okay, because I don't need too many items. I just need... I need to prove the concept. Yes, my concept is proven. So, this... Yes, that's exactly what I needed to do. Okay, guys, my theory is proven. So, if... I just need to load the chunks with a nether portal. And if those chunks... If I keep that specific chunk loaded, the dropper will throw stuff through the end portal, and it'll constantly regenerate this obsidian. How great is this? So, all I'm going to need to do is set up a system in the nether portal where it picks up stuff, throws it back, picks up stuff, throws it back, and then I'm going to have a little collection area here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. You guys saw the concept. I'm going to go ahead and build it and see what I can do here. Okay, everybody, so a bunch of progress has been made and it's technically done. So let's go through everything. We walk into this room and you could see now we have a separate staircase here, and I just basically blocked off this area. Now let's go and explore. If we come down here into this little corridor, we come back to this nether portal right here. So we've got the 2 clocks going. I didn't change too much up here as far as how fancy it is. I just, you know, made some stone, but I hid it away so we don't actually have to see it. And if I have to touch the clocks, which I'll probably turn them off when I'm not using the farm, I can come back here and turn them off, and I have an extra torch there. And I don't even remember what I recorded last. I think I just tested the system, so you guys haven't really seen anything. I made a looping system, so you could see the nether portal right here. Things are going to be flung out of the nether portal, and they're going to be flung in that direction. So those hoppers are going to pick up the stuff in the nether portal, and they're going to bring them back here into this dropper right here, and it's going to throw it back in. So the other nether portal throws them out. This one picks them up, brings them back into the dropper. This circuit will bring it up 1 block. This circuit will throw it out, and it's going to go back, and basically it's going to make a looping circle around the place. And let me show you the other side while I'm at it. You can see it's basically the exact same thing. So I have a little area of hoppers that picks up anytime the rotten flesh is thrown, and it comes back and it gets brought into this hopper, and it puts it back into this dropper right here. And I've got the exact same clocks. I've got 1 clock powering that dropper and this clock powering this dropper, which actually makes the throw on the other side. So this way I actually won't have to reuse or I won't need an infinite amount of rotten flesh here, because it'll get thrown and it'll just be thrown between worlds over and over again, so that won't be much of an issue. So yeah, this part's pretty easy. Once again, it's just throwing rotten flesh between the dimensions, constantly keeping them loaded, and I don't need an infinite amount of rotten flesh, because each time it gets thrown back, it'll just be, you know, kind of absorbed back into the system. Now, if we go on this side, this is where we stock our dropper that actually gets thrown through the end portal. You can see I built an ether hopper clock with just the right amount of stone to basically I want to break through the 5 obsidian blocks and then regenerate, just so I could, you know, have the max efficiency, right? So I'll show you once we actually go into the end. You can see here, this is just my little storage of rotten flesh, because this rotten flesh we will actually be losing. So that flesh gets reused. This one does not. It's just going to drop on the obsidian and it's going to despawn. So here I will basically, every time I use the farm, I'll have to stack all of these rotten flesh. Let's go ahead and put that block there. So now this rotten flesh is going to be consistently thrown out of here, and you could see it just drop in a minute. It's going to be thrown, and bam, right into the end portal. So I guess now let me go show you what I did at the end here. So I guess there is a little bit of rotten flesh piling up, but again, we're just going to let it despawn. So you can see this is the platform, and I used a pretty minimal design here. I could have built something around it, but honestly, I felt like maybe I should go minimal. So if we run down here, we can see that there is a bunch of double chests. These double chests are going to be filled by hoppers from the behind, and basically those hoppers run under the obsidian here. So we're going to sit here, we're going to break the obsidian, and that's going to go all in the double chests, and the rotten flesh is going to sit there and basically despawn. Now for protection, for walking, I just put trap chests there so I don't have to worry about tripping under there. And when I want to use the farm, I can actually go over here, put these back, and this way the enderman won't attack me while I'm doing this. And this is not tall enough for enderman to teleport back here, so I won't have any problems as far as enderman back here either. So you can see if I just sit here and I break the obsidian, by that time I get done with the 5th one, the obsidian should, yep, just like that, bam, respawn. And I think that was just a little bit of maybe bad timing. Let's see if it'll work again by the time I break the 5th. So sometimes I break the 5th, sometimes I don't. I think usually I probably won't get all the way to the 5th. Yeah, so usually I won't get to the 5th, which is technically a good thing. So you can see I'm just breaking, I'm breaking, and I do have haste 2 to make it go by a little faster. If we go down here, you can see we already have some obsidian. I think 11 of this was me testing. The rest is just brand new obsidian. So yeah, the farm is basically done. We have a full chunk loader system that will never run out of rotten flesh, and we have a system to keep this pad respawning. So it's not an infinite pad. We will have to restock the flesh, but honestly, we get so much rotten flesh, it's really not that big of a deal. And I will be AFKing at this obsidian farm overnight tonight. So it's like 2 in the morning right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and when I go to bed, which is gonna be very, very soon, I'm gonna go ahead and actually leave myself to farm obsidian overnight. And now, you guys remember the board we built last episode of all the farms? I can finally check this one off. So it's going to be technically our first time checking something off the board, because all of those were already done. So it's on the last row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in the back and officially mark off that this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang. that farm is officially completed. So now we have a full obsidian farm done. Okay, now I don't know how much time I have left in this episode. This episode's definitely been a more scattered one than usual. And then the other thing about the obsidian farm is anytime I do it, I'll probably have to sacrifice a pick. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and AFK at the obsidian farm overnight, but I think we've done enough in this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and a comment as it supports my channel, and I'll see you guys later. God bless, and goodbye.